Welcome students in this session of Physics New Era. In this one we are going to see the two topics, subtopics, that is Stokes law and terminal velocity of, of a liquid which is acting on a spherical ball which is passing through the liquid. Here we are going to know about viscous force. What is this viscous force? Viscous force is a force which is acting on a spherical body when it passes through the liquid. It depends upon or it is proportional to viscosity of the liquid, radius of that body which is spherical one, and velocity when it is passes through that liquid. So Stokes has given the statement and accordingly we are going to write that. According to Stokes, the viscous force acting on the body is viscous force denoted by the symbol Fv. It is proportional to coefficient of viscosity, which we have already saw in the previous video, the concept of coefficient of viscosity, and it depends upon the radius of a spherical body which passes through the liquid and velocity of the body which is passing through the liquid. So these are the three factors, and a constant of proportionality we are going to obtain empirically. What is this empirical value? Empirical means experimental. By performing several experiments, we are going to obtain this constant, and that empirically that value comes out to be Fv is equal to constant of proportionality, that is 6 pi into eta into r into v. This value is obtained empirically or experimentally by performing several experiments. In that one by one notation, eta we know it is coefficient of viscosity, here it is viscosity, coefficient of viscosity, is coefficient of viscosity. And what about the r? That is a radius of spherical body, a radius of spherical body. What about the v? V is nothing but the velocity of that body, velocity of body inside the liquid, So this is the basic formula given by the Stokes law to calculate Fv. Fv means viscous force. It depends upon viscosity of the liquid, radius of the spherical body which is passing through the liquid, and v is the velocity of that spherical body when it passes through that liquid. What about the terminal velocity? For that one, let us see the diagram. In this diagram, a free falling spherical body inside the different liquids. One is a water, other is a oil, and third one is a honey. See how it goes. There are different velocities in three different liquids. Means it depends upon the viscosity of the liquid and velocity of that one. Means viscous force is this one. So this is a terminal velocity we need to calculate. Terminal velocity is a velocity when it passes through the liquid, it reaches at the bottom. That velocity, when it is passing through that one, we can term that velocity as a terminal velocity. So on which factor it depends, that we are going to know. Here, if I need to consider this is a spherical body which is coming from this side and goes in downward direction. But here in downward direction there is a one force which is acting, that is known as a gravitational force. And we know that gravitational force is equal to the weight of the body, that is mg. If spherical body is having the density rho and the liquid which is surrounded by that one is having the density sigma. So one by one force which is acting in a downward direction, downward force which is acting here symbolically downward force, that is gravitational force. Gravitational force, which is given by, or it is noted by the symbol Fg. And the second force which is acting in upward direction. Why? Because there is a one sort of force, that is viscous force. We know that viscous force is depend upon the viscosity of the liquid given by the Stokes law. So here it is a viscous force which is acting in upward direction, which opposes the motion of the spherical body when it passes through the liquid. So F V, that is viscous force in upward direction. This is upward force. Upward force. See the direction, upward. Which kind of force? Viscous force. Viscous force, denoted by the symbol Fv. Third one, that is upthrust. Upthrust is a force which is applied by the liquid surrounded by the spherical body. This is the upthrust given on the spherical body only. So this is a upward force which is acting on that one, that is upward force, upward force which is acting on the spherical body. Once again, which kind of force? That is Fu, that is upthrust, or this upthrust is also known as buoyant force. Buoyant, B-U-O, buoyant force or upthrust, denoted by the symbol Fu. So here it is one more force which is acting in upward direction, that is Fu. Means here one force which is acting in a downward direction and two forces are in upward direction, and which is acting on the spherical body, which is having the radius r. So if rho is the density of the liquid, so density is equal to mass upon volume, and already we know the sphere is having the volume. Sphere is having the volume is equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube, where r is the radius. So if it is a volume, mass is equal to rho into volume, and mass is equal to rho into 4 by 3 pi r cube. So this is nothing but your mass. And on the mass, if I need to consider the upthrust which is calculating, or buoyant force which is acting on the spherical body, only the density factor will change. That means if buoyant force is there, then I am going to write later on, but here it is the buoyant force which is acting on that one. So net force which is acting on the spherical body is nothing but Fg, that is gravitational force, minus in bracket Fv, that is which force? Fv means viscous force minus buoyant force. Means these are the two forces which is acting in upward direction, and this is your force. This is a net force. But we know that upward force, net force is equal to, or this upward force acting on the spherical body when it passes through the liquid is equal to downward force. Downward force. And we know that downward only one force which is acting, that is gravitational force, that is mg. We say Fg. And upward force, there are two forces which are acting, that is Fu plus Fv. Fu plus Fv. Okay, these are the forces. This is a, we say, upthrust or buoyant force. This is your viscous force, and which is equal to Fg. So substituting all that value, here it is, we know this, m is equal to rho into 4 by 3 pi r cube into g, because Fg is equal to mg. So Fg, it is given by 4 by 3 pi r cube into rho into g. So we need to substitute. So this is equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube rho into g. What about this Fv? We already calculated this value. 6 pi eta Rv. 6 pi eta r into v. And what about Fu? Fu can be calculated. Just instead of this liquid exerting one sort of buoyant force from the lower side on the spherical body only. So just to change is the density. So instead of that rho, I am going to just write 4 by 3 pi r cube into sigma into g. Only the factor which is changed is here it is rho, here it is sigma, because the density of the liquid is sigma and density of the spherical body is rho. This is acting in upward direction, this total liquid acting one sort of upthrust or buoyant force on the spherical body, and spherical body acting in a downward direction, having its weight in downward direction, that is gravitational force. And hence, after exchanging all the terms, or this is going to be shift to the RHS, I am going to write this 6 pi eta r into v is equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube rho into g minus 4 by 3 pi r cube sigma into g. If all the terms 4 by 3 pi r cube into g, only the factor which is in the bracket is a rho minus sigma, that is 6 pi eta r v. If similar terms get cancelled, this one of the r cancels with the r cube, only square it is remain. Okay, and here it is 2 3s are 6, 2 2s are 4. If 3 it is taken, 3 3s are 9, and only we need to calculate the terminal velocity. So terminal velocity it is given by here 2 by 9 r square g into bracket rho minus sigma upon eta. This is your final terminal velocity of a spherical body inside the liquid. This is your final equation for the buoyant force. Once again, highlights. In case of Stokes' law, it depends upon, or viscous force is depend upon the coefficient of viscosity of the liquid. It depends upon the radius. It depends upon the radius of spherical body. V, velocity when it passes through the liquid. We can also term it as a terminal velocity when it goes inside the liquid and reaches at the bottom. Fv is equal to, after discarding the proportionality constant or substituting the proportionality constant, Fv is equal to 6 pi eta Rv. This is the final equation for the viscous force. In that one, eta is the coefficient of viscosity, r is the radius of the spherical body, v is the velocity of the body inside the liquid, and Fv is the viscous force. Now, in case of terminal velocity, there are three forces which are acting on the spherical body when it falls inside the liquid. One A downward force, that is gravitational force, always a gravitational force that is acting on the body. One upward force, that is viscous force, which opposes the motion of that spherical body inside the liquid, that is Fv, which we have already calculated the value 6 pi eta Rv. Then we have this one more upward force applied by the surrounding media or medium, that is liquid, in upward direction, that is known as upthrust. It is also known as buoyant force. That buoyant force or upthrust denoted by the symbol Fu. It is only force which is having the density sigma, and spherical body is having the density rho, which is acting. Already we have calculated this. Rho is equal to mass upon volume. Mass is equal to rho into volume, and volume of the sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube. And a similar kind of this oil which is acting on the sphere, that is upthrust or buoyant force, which is acting on the spherical body. So only changing factor, instead of this rho, it is sigma. So we have substituted that one. This is upward force is equal to downward force, and net force which is acting on the spherical body is equal to gravitational force minus viscous force minus upthrust or buoyant force. And hence upward force is equal to downward force when the body moves inside the liquid. So there are two upward forces. One is the buoyant force, other is the viscous force, which is equal to downward force, that is gravitational force. After substituting 4 by 3 pi r cube sigma into g, this sigma is the upthrust or buoyant force applied by the medium surrounded by the spherical box, which opposes the motion and gives the force in upward direction. So only changing factor is it is acting on the spherical body. That's why 4 by 3 pi r cube is the volume, and density of the medium is sigma, and always the gravitational field which is acting in a downward direction. Gravitational acceleration which is acting in a downward direction. So 6 pi eta Rv we have calculated already, the viscous force. After substituting all that, after solving, we are about to get the final equation for the terminal velocity, that is 2 by 9 r square into g into density of spherical body minus sigma, that is density of the surrounding media, that is liquid, divided by eta, that is coefficient of viscosity. And hence we got Stokes law, viscous force and terminal velocity of a spherical ball or a body which is falling inside the liquid. Thank you.